Acclaimed actress Kirstie Alley has died at the age of 71, leaving behind a legacy of laughter.
Guys, we ought to give Rebecca here a nickname, you know, something that kind of fits her personality.
All right.
You know, kind of dignified, kind of businesslike, kind of reserved. Let me think. Anybody?
Backseat Becky!
What do they call me the queen of?
In high school or now?
Romance, the queen of romance.
Do you think they said to Marlon Brando, listen, hey, Marlon, you're a little bit too fat to do Apocalypse?
They are all men.
I can play a man. I am an actress.
Now that's entertainment.
And that is a career, an extraordinary career. According to a statement from her family, Alley passed away from cancer that was only recently discovered. So joining us now is Rolling Stone's chief TV critic, Alan Sepinwall. He is, by the way, the co-author of the the book, I should say. Two experts picked the greatest American shows of all time. I'm sure this was one of them. Hopefully it was. Thank you so much for joining us here. We really appreciate it. Listen, she had a fantastic career in television and also on the big screen as well. Very complicated, but I mean, she will go down probably as one of the, I would say, most successful actresses in history, especially when it comes to sitcoms.
I mean, she had an impossible job. Cheers had been a phenomenon. It was built entirely around Ted Danson and Shelley Long. Shelley left to go do movies. Nobody could replace her. Kirstie Alley comes in. Not only does the audience accept her, but the show becomes more popular during her time than it was in the previous 5 years.
What do you think, Alan, that she will be remembered the most for? Which role kind of is the most iconic that stands out to you?
I mean, she did a lot of big things. The Look Who's Talking movies were huge hits, but I mean, I think it's got to be Rebecca on Cheers. That's just an extraordinary performance. Like, nobody since maybe Lucille Ball had been as funny crying on camera as Kirstie was. She was just tremendous.
I told you, because I was telling him earlier, my favorite, I love Cheers, but Look Who's Talking is like one of my favorite movies ever. I loved your piece about her in Rolling Stone, and you wrote, quote, "It was an impossible job. No one could do it. Few would even want to try. Kirstie Alley pulled it off," talking about coming in after Shelley Long left. What was her TV magic?
She was just like, they cast her initially as sort of this cool executive, and then they realized, wait a minute, she's so good at being a hot mess. Let's lean into that. And those clips you guys just played, there's a lot of her just being embarrassed, being embarrassing. She was fearless. She could deliver any line with aplomb. She just, like, thinking about dozens of different scenes right now are running through my head, and I'm laughing at all of them. She was wonderful.
Yeah. That's very good. Can we move on and talk a little bit about her later career? Because I think in the sort of TV reality show genre, she was on the forefront of that with Fat Actress. Do you remember that? I earlier said it was on HBO, but it was actually on Showtime. And so she had been very candid about her struggles with weight in real life. And I think she pitched this show and had it put on the air. It didn't last very long, but it was certainly something I think that was groundbreaking.
I think, you know, she and her team were smart enough to recognize, like, look, Hollywood is biased against not only women of a certain age, but women of a certain weight. And so when she was both of those, she realized, I've got to sort of take control of the narrative and lean into it and say, yes, I'm aware of this, but also you shouldn't care as much about it. And it was very, her attempt to do Curb Your Enthusiasm. It was definitely, like, ahead of its time.
Mm-hmm. What about lighting the cigar? Holding a lit cigar inside her mouth. She says her uncle taught her the trick.
Yeah, there's an episode early on. Rebecca is trying to quit smoking and has promised to, like, sleep with Sam if he catches her with a cigarette. And he bursts into raw. Her mouth is closed, and she looks completely calm. And the second the door closes, the lit cigarette pops out. I don't know how a human being does this. She probably had to do it multiple times, you know, on camera in rehearsal.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Cigarette, not cigar. Can you imagine?
Ted Danson said he went back and watched an old episode of Cheers. He said it's something he like rarely does.
I would watch it. What was it? Was it Wednesday nights? I forget what it was, but I would watch it I would sit in front of the TV when they said must see TV.
Yeah.
Because listen, again, as part of her devil may care attitude, she didn't really care. She's like, and in Hollywood, actors don't really like to associate themselves with politics, right? They sort of like to be this sort of just figure that people can project upon whatever they want. She didn't care, and especially the last decade. She talked about her politics. She was conservative. I think she was also a Scientologist or whatever. So even beyond just being on the small screen and the big screen, she did whatever the heck she wanted in her real life and didn't care what others thought about it.
Yeah, I mean, the odd sort of thing in terms of life imitating art is Rebecca on Cheers is introduced as someone who is sort of fixated on landing Donald Trump, and somehow 20 years later, she became among the most vocal celebrity Donald Trump supporters.
Wow. Well, there you go. Thank you, Alan. We appreciate it.